This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
Welcome to the Barbados Today Afternoon Update. It's Wednesday, March 11th. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Thanks for joining us. Our top story. The head of the Barbados Tourism and Hotel Association, Sunil Chaturani, is not a happy man, and he's pleading with the government to move quickly to allow local hoteliers to access promised concessions. Back in January, Finance Minister Chris Sinclair announced to hoteliers that the concessions would be made available soon. But speaking at the BHTA's quarterly meeting at the Hilton Hotel this morning, Chaturani said that there were still too many obstacles preventing the sector from accessing the allowances. The hotel sector, he says, continues to struggle as members are unable to reinvest in their product. He also revealed that commercial banks have lost confidence in the sector and warns that if the concessions are not made available soon, the sector could further deteriorate.
This is obviously not a sustainable situation and can only go on for so long before we start to see a deterioration of our market share and brand Barbados. When the brand starts to lose its appeal, it will be much harder and expensive to rebuild. I will end here with a plea for all relevant parties to come together with the intention of working through whatever obstacles are in our way that is blocking us from accessing these concessions. We at the BHTA remain committed, focused, and dedicated to working through these challenges so that we can close this chapter and allow our membership to do their part in leading this economy out of this long, drawn-out recession.
In other news, the mother of a 9-year-old boy who was shot in the city last weekend is still searching for answers, and she's praying that the perpetrator will be caught. Asha Payne is dismayed by the lawlessness in the society, and she tells Barbados Today the culprit should not be allowed to get away.
We will hope that the perpetrator has a heart and tell himself, well, you know what, an innocent child could have been killed by my hand and turned in the south, but we know that's not going to happen. But we pray that somebody that knows what is going on, because I believe you have people out there that know, will have a kind-hearted, soft-heart spot somewhere to go into the police or just call anonymously. They don't have to make themselves known and just say, well, so-and-so and so-and-so, or I could give you directions to lead you on to somebody or whatever the case is, because we really don't want that this happened to nobody else, child. As a mother, and I went through it, I don't wish this, not even for my greatest enemy.
9-year-old Xavier Bertram is now recovering at home after undergoing surgery to remove a bullet that was lodged in his head. Students who do not have Barbadian citizenship are no longer eligible for scholarships, exhibitions, bursaries, grants and awards. So says Minister of Education Ronald Jones as he introduced the Education Amendment Bill 2015 last evening. Minister Jones says several officials had raised concerns about the awards on the grounds that children of persons who were just ordinary residents were qualifying for the same awards as Barbadian children. He explained that the move was not a selfish exercise and government was seeking to put citizens first. He also explained that such a policy was not unusual and is practiced across the world. But former Prime Minister Owen Arthur does not agree with the government's move. In his contribution to the debate, Arthur made it clear that if people from other countries who live in Barbados are paying their taxes, then they are entitled to enjoy the benefits and services that those taxes helped create. He said the move further highlights the unresolved issues hindering the CARICOM integration process. And outgoing educators suggest that co-education is dampening the performance of boys in the education system. Principal of the Wesley Hall Junior School, Wendy Barrow, made the comments as she reflected on more than 40 years in education at her retirement function yesterday. Barrow, who made it clear that she has no problems with girls and their achievements, is however concerned that those boys are underperforming.
I think that when the children are separated, the sexes are separated, it plays a great part. Because, for instance, if you look back at St. Leonard's Boys' School, you will see that that school is blossoming because they are just males. And I find that when the girls went over to the junior school, it sort of like put a damper on the boys because the boys made a backward step and they let the girls come forward to be the leaders. But the boys can also be leaders and we have to impart that on them.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter, that's the move for me. Stability, prosperity, we're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
On the regional scene, Guyana has a new top cop. He is Silal Prasad, who had been acting in the post for some time now, and he has already served notice that his officers will be out in full force for the May elections. More in this Capital News report.
We're preparing for a lot of the side impacts of an election, meaning we start retraining on public order issues, on election campaign issues, and so on. So our ranks could have an understanding of what the law is, what they're required to do, what the role is when they get on the ground.
Silal's appointment comes less than a year after the retirement of former Police Commissioner Leroy Brommel and 2 months before Guyanese head to the polls. Now given the full reign of the force, the top cop said the police has a 5-year plan to improve the quality of service to citizens.
It is what I say,
Functional?
it is ready to be used. It's ready to be used.
To news from the international scene, 11 U.S. military members are presumed dead after the Army Black Hawk helicopter crashed into the waters of the Florida Panhandle during a nighttime training mission. According to a U.S. defense official, 7 Marines and 4 aircrew members are now missing after the helicopter went down in the wee hours of this morning. An intensive search is now on the way in the area where it is believed that the aircraft went down.
My understanding is there were fog conditions all evening, and certainly were available or were there at that time. Yes, we won't know until we've actually had a chance to investigate the accident as to whether what weather was a contributing factor to it. The other helicopter that was part of the training mission recovered safely. All those individuals on board that aircraft were reported safe and sound. There was not a mid-air incident, if you will. I want to make sure I'm clear on that. Whatever the trouble was with the one aircraft, it did not involve the second helicopter that was.
That's our Barbados Today afternoon updates, but we will be back again this evening. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 on 9 TV as well as Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Frenella Wedderburn. To have a wonderful day.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? #sexy.